It's critically important for us to be self-sufficient in terms of our manufacturing and our energy, because that would really help us as a nation grow our economy. In the wind industry, for example, because we've grown the wind industry here, we've created one of the fastest new growing manufacturing sectors. There's over 500 new manufacturing plants in the last 5 years, creating over 75,000 jobs. 30,000 of those are just in manufacturing that are really long-term, high-tech, high-wage jobs. So that had really, by creating the clean energy that uses virtually no water, that has created a virtuous cycle that has really attracted new manufacturing to America that we're uniquely suited for, because our piece parts for wind turbines and blades and towers are so big. It really makes sense to build that manufacturing here and not import it into the U.S. But I think more importantly, we've got to have a diversified portfolio. Just as you wouldn't, put your retirement all in stocks or bonds or any kind of one source, you need to have a diverse electric portfolio so that you don't put yourself susceptible to volatile fossil fuel prices. So you've got some certainty in which wind and renewables, you get 25, 30-year contracts like a fixed rate mortgage. So it really helps you protect consumers. So it's really helpful to keep consumer prices down and to protect our whole important industrial as well as families in having affordable, cheap, available energy here at home. A lot of things we do are not just policy related, but they're also in terms of economic development. Like, we actually go to Europe and around the world and go to American companies and urge them to switch over to building the parts. So, we're actually helping to grow business state by state. One of the other important things we do is policy, and we work at the state and the federal policy level to educate policymakers about how important this new element of electric generation can be. One of the big issues that we've been working on is the production tax credit, which only is a market-based mechanism at the federal level, that only when you actually put the wind farm up and hook it to the grid and it starts producing power do you get the credit. And the benefit of the credit is actually passed right through to consumers. So it keeps low energy costs for renewable energy, which you want to add to your portfolio. And one of the things we're most excited about is over the last 4 years, we have gone from 25 gigawatts of wind being generated in America to now doubling, 50%. And it wouldn't have happened if we hadn't had the stability of price, particularly provided by the production tax credit being kept whole and not being allowed to expire, as it's pending right now at the end of the year. So, we're a proven success story. We're adding $15 billion of investment in the U.S. that wouldn't be here otherwise. We're growing a manufacturing sector. We're creating a clean energy source that uses no water in a drought-stricken America. This is like a no-brainer, that we don't do this. We've got to keep the policy going. And the most exciting thing we announced today, in addition to hitting the 50 gigawatt target, was that we announced the first utility-size wind farm in Nevada. And that is going to be really important because it's in a part of the state that doesn't have a lot of new jobs coming in. So this will create long-term permanent jobs, plus a new source of electric generation. And that is just the first step, because once you get the process set up for getting wind farms built, you build others, it will attract new manufacturing jobs to Nevada as well, because that's been the pattern everywhere else in the U.S. So we're real excited for Nevada, but we're really excited for the country because we created this whole new American success story.